Hello everyone, FedEx Gaming here, and welcome back to another Redstone tutorial. In this video, I'll be showing you how to build an automatic baked potato farm. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this thing on right here, and over here we have a normal one. This is just for an average Minecraft player who's probably halfway through Minecraft and doesn't have too many resources. And then the one over here is just a little bit overkill. This is an overkill baked potato farm. This is for someone who's beat the game, has so much resources, they have no idea what to do with it, but they decide to make a gigantic baked potato farm. So what I'm going to do is just switch down this lever, and then I'm going to go over a few things, but of course I'm just going to put the timestamps up after I switch down the lever, so you can go ahead and go to whichever tutorial that you want to do, so you don't have to listen to me ramble. But I just want to make sure you guys get an understanding how all of this is working. So we're going to flip down this lever, going to let it run for about a minute. I'm going to speed up the video so we can go ahead and see how much baked potatoes we get in 1 minute. So here we go, guys. Alright guys, and the minute is up, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip up this lever, and we're gonna go ahead and see how many baked potatoes we got now. So the timestamps for the tutorial should be popping up right now on the screen, so if you want to go ahead and skip to it, you understand how everything is working, and you don't need me to tell you how everything is working. You can go ahead and go right to the tutorial. So over here on the left hand side, we got a total of 9 baked potatoes in 1 minute, and then we still have 34 cooking up inside of here, so 34 plus 9, so we have about 43 baked potatoes that are going to be made on this side. But of course, if you want to just run out of your house after a minute, you're only gonna have 9, well now 11. And then over here we got a total of 43 baked potatoes in 1 minute, and you are ready to grab those all up and run out of your house with the baked potatoes. So the timestamps are up. You want to go build the tutorial, you don't have to listen to me ramble, but if you want to know how everything is working, I know a lot of people like to know how things are working, what they're building and how they work, then you go ahead and listen to me ramble for the next 3 minutes. So now how these things are working is, now that Title Update 31 came out, or should I say Title Update 32 for Xbox, farmer villagers can now pick up seeds and they can plant them, so we can make automatic farms such as carrot farms, potato farms, and recently I made a wheat farm. If you want to check out that video, I'll have a link to it in the description below. Now also, a few of my subscribers, I forgot to mention this, a few of my subscribers said their villagers were not picking up the wheat seeds and planting them. So I have only 2 things that I could say that might be the problem. One, make sure your Minecraft is fully updated. I play on the fully updated Minecraft. Every time it updates, I make sure mine is fully updated. I will never be at yours. If you're behind me, I'm never going back another update. Also, I found out if you have mob griefing turned off, they will not pick up the seeds and or potatoes and stuff like that and replant them. So if you press select, go to host options, if your mob griefing is unchecked, then they will not pick up the potatoes and plant the potatoes. That is the only other reason why they are not picking them up and planting them. So just make sure your mob griefing is turned on. So now it's time to explain how all of this is working. So right now we have a villager, a farmer villager in here who's planting down the potatoes, and what happens is we have dispensers back here that have bone meal in them. So I highly recommend having some sort of skeleton mob farm so you have an overflow of bones to make bone meal. If you don't have too much bone meal, then I highly recommend not building this for you right now. But if you do have a skeleton farm, have a bunch of bone meal, and you don't know what to do with it, then this thing is perfect to build. Now the reason why I have these guys trapped in this kind of small little area is so the potatoes pop off. What's happening is these pistons are going back and forth, and once it pulls this block over, it will get rid of all the light inside, and potatoes need some sort of light source to grow. If there's no light source, then the potatoes will pop off. It's same thing with the wheat, same thing with the carrots. If there's no light source around it, then they automatically break off the tilled ground. So what happens is this will keep pulling it back and forth. The bone meal will grow up the potatoes, and the potatoes will pop off, falling through this block into a minecart with a hopper. That's another thing. If you did not know, minecarts with hoppers can pick up items through full blocks. So if you throw an item at the top of this block, it will go right inside your minecart with a hopper. Now that's how everything is working on this side. Now that's basically how both these are working. Now there's a difference between these two. Of course, this one's a lot bigger, so a few more things go into it. We have to make sure that the potatoes get spread out evenly through the furnaces, and we also have to make sure that our coal gets spread out evenly through all the furnaces as well. Over here, we only have 1 furnace, so all we need is 1 chest to funnel all of our coal in for our furnace. Now over here, since we have 15 furnaces, we have to make sure all our coal gets distributed perfectly through every furnace, so it doesn't make any, so you don't get like all your coal in one furnace and then one of your furnaces runs out of coal. So I'm set up a system right here where all we do is just drop our coal in here, and it will evenly put 1 piece of coal through every single one. So if I come right over here, as you can see, this one's 36, this one's 36, they're all 36, and that one's 37. But as you see, this one will get a piece of coal in just a second. So Boop, it should go to 37 in just 1 second. There you go, 37. And now this one's 37, this one's 38. As you can see, one piece of coal got distributed evenly throughout every single one of the furnaces. So that's how everything is working, guys. And like I said, skeleton farm's a very good idea because you are going to need an excess of bone meal for these things to work. So let's go ahead and start building them. Now the resources you're going to need for the first automatic baked potato farm are 3 hoppers, 1 sticky piston, 3 dispensers, 1 minecart with a hopper, 7 redstone dust, 6 redstone torches, 1 lever, 1 furnace, 2 chests, 1 rail, 1 dirt block. We're also going to need a hoe to till the ground on our dirt block, 1 farmer villager, 1 bucket of water, 2 slabs, as much bone meal as possible. The more bone meal, the better. We're also going to need at least a stack of coal for this one. You don't need too much coal for this one. And we're also going to need 8 stacks of potatoes. So once you have gathered up all of your resources, go ahead and start off by placing down a chest. Then off the right-hand side of this chest, we're going to go into sneak mode and place a hopper going into the side of that chest. Then right above the hopper, we're going to place in a furnace. Then off the side of our furnace, we're going to place another hopper above this chest. And then right on top of this hopper, we're going to place in our last chest in sneak mode. Now this will funnel down all of our coal into our furnace. So if we go inside this chest and place down our coal, it should start funneling down into our furnace. The more coal, the better, but you don't really need too much. Then right above this furnace, we're going to go into sneak mode again, and we're going to place in a hopper right above your furnace. Then right on top of this hopper, we're going to place in a rail, go into sneak mode once again. And then right above this rail, we're going to place in our dirt block. So it should look something like this. We have a hopper going into a chest, a furnace above that hopper, and then we have another hopper going into the furnace with a chest above it to funnel in all of our coal into our furnace. And then right above the furnace, we have another hopper with a rail on top of it. Then right behind this dirt block over here, we're going to place down 2 blocks, 1, 2, come out to the left-hand side 1 more, come out to the right hand side 1 more, and then come down underneath it, and then break this block right here and place your water in. The reason why we need that water is so when we till our dirt, it will stay tilled forever. Next up, we are going to place in our dispenser. So place another block right here, another block right here, and what we're going to do is right above this water, we're going to place a dispenser facing inwards towards our dirt block, place another dispenser facing inwards towards our dirt block, and then another one on this side as well. This is where all of our bone meal is going to be going. Then we're going to go ahead and break these 2 blocks around this back dispenser. Take out your redstone torches and place a redstone torch off the side of the dispenser by going into sneak mode. Place another redstone torch off the side of this dispenser, and then place another one off the backhand side as well. Then above every single one of these redstone torches, we're going to take out our normal blocks and place a block right above every single one of your redstone torches. Then we're going to take out our redstone dust, place a piece of redstone dust here, here, and here, and then place another one right here in the middle. This will make it start wigging out and make all your dispensers start going off. Next, we're going to place a block above this dispenser and this one, and place redstone dust above both of these as well. Go ahead and take out your lever and just flip it down for now, just so you don't have to hear all these dispensers going on and off, on and off, and on and off, because it gets very, very annoying. Next up, we're going to place a block right here off the right-hand side of our dispenser and place our sticky piston facing inwards. So go ahead and take out your sticky piston, face it inwards towards that dispenser like this. And then we're going to place a block right in front of your sticky piston. So now when we flip this up, our sticky piston should start going back and forth really fast. And what that's going to do is cut out the sunlight so the potatoes break off the dirt. Let me go ahead and flip this down because that is still getting very, very annoying. Now comes the most tedious part on survival. That is getting your villager inside of this area right here. Now, if you are doing this on survival, I highly recommend just getting your farmer villager inside of a minecart and then just pushing him up here inside the minecart, then break the minecart so he gets stuck up here. But before we do that, what we're going to have to do is make sure he can't hop out of this area. Now, this is where our slabs come into place. So right above this redstone, we're going to place a slab right here. As you can see, it does not cut off the redstone because it's not a full block. If you have a full block here, it will cut off the redstone, and we don't want that to happen. So place a slab right here. And then right on top of this sticky piston, we're going to place a slab right here. So now once anything falls inside of here, it will just get stuck and won't be able to jump out of the area. Now what I'm going to do is take forever to finally get a farmer villager. And I actually got a farmer villager pretty fast. I'm pretty happy about that. Last time I tried to do this video, it took 7 years. Yes, I've tried to do this video a couple of times and I keep messing up. But as you can see, since I had to kill a few of them, my ground got untilled. It's very easy to till it back though. Just come underneath it and then go ahead and just re-till your ground. So now that we have our farmer in there, what we're going to do is take out all of our potatoes and we're going to throw our 8 stacks of potatoes on top of our farmer. What this will do is fill up his inventory with potatoes, so every time he plants one and regrows it, he won't just keep picking up the potatoes, because if he does that, it's going to take forever for you to start getting baked potatoes until his inventory is filled to the max. Now, like I said, make sure you have mob griefing turned on, because if you don't have it turned on, he won't be able to pick up the potatoes. So now go ahead and just keep chucking your potatoes at him. He should be able to pick them up, and make sure you chuck at least 8 stacks of potatoes that will fill up his inventory, so he will be filled to the max, so he can no longer pick up any more potatoes. So now that you can see I have no potatoes around here, he has picked up every single one of our potatoes. What we're going to do is now take out our minecart with a hopper and place our minecart with a hopper on top of this rail. The reason why we waited that long is because our minecart with a hopper would have picked up all our potatoes and it would have just funneled it right in, and we don't want that to happen. Now that everything is set in, it's pretty much completely done. All we have to do is just place a block right above our farmer's head, and now that should cut out all the sunlight. So the only sunlight that's coming through here is through this piston right here. So when this piston pulls back the block, it will break the potatoes. And he hasn't really grown anything yet. I thought he would grow a potato by now, but literally all you have to do now is just flip this up and it should start working. But what we're going to have to do now is fill up every single one of these dispensers with bone meal. The more bone meal you have inside these dispensers, the better. So try to fill it up as much as possible in every single one of your dispensers. All right, guys, so I went ahead and skipped the video, but all I did was I just filled up every single one of my dispensers with bone meal, and that's it, guys. You are completely done. Did he grow a potato yet? There he goes. So all we have to do now is just flip up this lever. It will grow the potatoes, and as you can see, it broke them, and now they are being put through our furnace down here. So I went ahead and turned off the mechanism so we don't have to keep hearing go on and off, because that gets really, really annoying. So now what we're going to do is just move our lever. As you can see, it's right down here. We're just going to move our lever to down here. Now I might move that, actually. I'm not sure, because when you flip down this lever, it will actually lock this hopper so the coal can't go through it. I didn't even think about that. So we're just going to take out our lever once again. We're going to take out our blocks, and we're going to need our redstone torches here. So actually, you know, I'm going to try to move my lever. We might need an extra redstone torch now, because I wasn't even thinking about that. So just place a block next to your chest with a lever off the side of it. Then we're going to take out our redstone torch, place a redstone torch off the back of it, place a block on top of the redstone torch, a redstone torch on top of the block, a block on top of the redstone torch, and a redstone torch on top of the block. And you know what? Actually, we're pretty good. We're pretty good. Just place a block here, and then just place a piece of redstone dust on top of the block. And there we go. Perfect. So now we can go ahead and get rid of this lever. It no longer needs to be up there. So now all we have to do is just flip down the lever from down here. It will start up the mechanism, and it will start making us some baked potatoes. And that is it, guys. You are completely done. So now I'm going to go ahead and flip this off, and we're going to start off on the second tutorial. All right, guys, so now it's time to build Overkill. So the resources you're going to need for this build are 77 hoppers, 1 sticky piston, 3 dispensers, 1 minecart with hopper, 2 redstone comparators, 2 redstone repeaters, 37 redstone, 8 redstone torches, 1 lever, 15 furnaces, 2 chests. We're also going to need a rail, a dirt block, a hoe to till the ground, 1 farmer villager, 1 bucket of water, 2 slabs, as much bone meal as possible, as much coal as possible, and we are also going to need 8 stacks of potatoes. All right, guys, so once you have gathered up all your resources, start off by placing down a chest, and then we're going to sneak mode and place 15 hoppers off the side of this chest. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then above every single one of these hoppers, we're going to take out our furnaces, go back into sneak mode, and place a furnace above every single one of these hoppers. Next up, we're going to go above every single one of these furnaces, go back into sneak mode, and place hoppers going into the tops of every single one of these furnaces. Once you have that in place, come back over here to where our chest is, and we're going to place a block off the side of this hopper, place another block right above it, and then yet again, we're going to take out our hoppers and place hoppers going into this block down the entire line of hoppers. So go into sneak mode, place a hopper off that block, and then go down every single one of these hoppers all the way until the end. Next up, come all the way back over here to the right-hand side once again. Then we're going to come a block down here, break the block on top, and then coming out of this hopper, we're going to place in a comparator going this way. Then we're going to place a block in front of our comparator, a redstone torch off the side of the block, and then we're going to place blocks going down this whole entire line of hoppers. Go all the way down the line. What this is going to do is lock these hoppers until an item reaches all the way over here to turn off this redstone torch. So I'm going to place a repeater coming out of our redstone torch, and then we're going to place redstone dust going along every single one of these blocks until the end right over here. So if I throw one item into this hopper right here, it will go all the way down to the end right over here, and you'll see once it hits this end, it will turn the comparator off, thus letting the items through. What this does is evenly spread out the potatoes through all the furnaces so they don't all pool up at this last furnace right here. Now let me go ahead and find, where is that? Where is it? Right here. There it is. Let's make sure we get that redstone dust out of there just so it doesn't stay in there and break our thing later on. Next up, swing to the backhand side, and we're going to place hoppers going into the back of every single one of these furnaces. This is going to be for our fuel. This is going to be for the coal, so the coal gets evenly spread out as well throughout the entire thing. So we're going to place hoppers going into the back of every single one of these furnaces. Then I'm going to swing back over here to where our chest is, and we're going to place a block up right here, and then take out our hoppers once again, and put another line of hoppers going down. This one, we're going to do the same exact thing pretty much we did over there. What this will do is lock all our hoppers until it reaches the end to let the coal through to make it evenly spread out. So we're going to go through all of this right here until we reach the end like that. Then we're going to swing back over here, place a block underneath this block, break the block right here, place a comparator coming out of it, place a block in front of our comparator, place a redstone torch off the side of it, and then place blocks next to all of these hoppers down this entire line. And then we're going to place redstone dust on all of these blocks once again. And then we're going to place in a redstone repeater coming out of this redstone torch like this. There we go. So now this locks every single one of these. So when we place in all of our coal, it gets evenly spread out through all of our furnaces. Next up, we're going to take out our hoppers once again and place a hopper here. Place a hopper right here going into this one. So now we have a little line of hoppers going all the way around here. And we're going to place a chest right here above this hopper. This is going to be our fuel funnel. So if we take out our coal actually and throw it in here, as you can see, it will evenly get spread out through every single one of these furnaces. So I'm going to let it go through for a second, and you'll see that every single one of these furnaces will get one piece of coal in it perfectly. So let's see. Let's just make sure. It has to go through this one time before it actually goes through every single one of them. So you can see one coal is in every single one of these furnaces evenly. So now all that's left to do is put our farmer villager in, and we will be completely done. So right over here on the left hand side above this hopper, we're going to go ahead and go into sneak mode and place a rail right here. And then above our rail, we're going to place in a piece of dirt, swing to the backhand side of our dirt and come out 2 blocks. 1, 2, place a block to the right hand side, a block to the left hand side, and a block underneath. Then we're going to break this block and place in a water bucket right here. This will make sure once we till our ground right here, it will stay tilled forever thanks to that water. Now we're going to go ahead and put in our dispenser. So place a block right here, a block right here, and place a dispenser facing inwards towards the dirt. One right above the water facing inwards towards the dirt, and then another one facing inwards toward the dirt on this side as well. Go ahead and break these 2 blocks. Then off the sides of the middle dispenser, we're going to go into sneak mode and place redstone torches on every single side of this one dispenser like this. Next up, take out your blocks once again and place a block above this redstone torch, a block above this redstone torch, and a block above this one as well. Go ahead and place redstone dust along every single one of those blocks, and then one in the middle. This will make it start wigging out, and it will be very, very annoying. Next up, we're going to place a block right here, a block right here, place redstone on top of both of them, and then go ahead and just take out your lever, and we're going to go ahead and turn this off just so it's not annoying the entire time. So there we go, and we're going to go ahead and turn this off so it's not annoying. Then off the right hand side, we're going to place a block right here, and then go ahead and take out your sticky piston. Place a sticky piston facing inwards towards your dirt like this. There we go. It should extend out. And then place a block in front of your sticky piston. We can go ahead and break this block. It's no longer needed. So if we flip this up, our sticky piston should start going back and forth rapidly. And yes, it's getting very annoying. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. Now, if you did not watch the first half, like I said, this is going to be the hardest part, getting your villager up here. So I highly recommend just putting him inside a minecart and then bringing a minecart track up here. And once you get your farmer villager into this area, go ahead and just break your minecart. However, since I'm on creative, it's going to be a lot easier for me. Now, we don't want our villager escaping this area, so this is where our slabs come into place. So right here above this middle redstone, we're going to place a slab right here. As you can see, the redstone does not get cut off because it's not a full block. If it is a full block, it will cut off the redstone and break everything. So make sure you place a slab right here. And you know, let me go ahead and just do that real quick, just so my sticky piston's extended. And then we're going to place another slab above your sticky piston right here. So once anything falls inside this area, it shouldn't be able to get out. So now I'm going to go ahead and try to spawn in a farmer villager. Hopefully I get it right away. If I don't, then you'll see me speeding up the video. And I got a farmer villager the first try. Thank goodness. I hate not getting the farmer villager the first try. So now what we're going to do is take out our potatoes, and we're going to go ahead and throw all of our potatoes on top of our villagers. So like I said at the beginning, make sure you have mob griefing turned on. Where is it? Right here. Host options. Make sure mob griefing is turned on, or else he will not be able to pick up the potatoes. So go ahead and throw your 8 stacks of 64 potatoes at your villager. He should be able to pick up every single one. Once he hits that 8 stack, his inventory will be completely filled. So all you'll get is an intake. Next up, what we're going to do is place a block right above our villager. So now the only light source coming through this is right in front of this sticky piston. Once the sticky piston pulls back the block, he will lose all his light source, and then the potatoes will break, falling into our system. Next up, we're going to take out our hopper with a minecart and place our hopper with a minecart right on top of this rail. So then once the potatoes pop off, they fall right into our minecart with a hopper and get funneled through our entire system. So now all that's left to do is fill up every single one of your dispensers with as much bone meal as possible. So I just went ahead and skipped through the video. All I did was I just filled up all of my dispensers with bone meal. The more bone meal you have in there, the better. So now all we have to do is literally flip down this lever and you're completely done. So once you flip up the lever, it will start knocking those potatoes off. They will fall into our system and then they will start making some baked potatoes. Of course, he's going to actually have to start growing them. It sometimes takes him a little while to get an understanding that, hey, I could place some potatoes here, but don't worry, once he gets going, then the system will start working. So our potatoes are now funneling through our system. As you can see, we have some potatoes going into this furnace down here, and then there should be a few more coming in. It just depends on how many potatoes are going through these back hoppers right here. They have to go through the back hoppers going into the furnace before they actually drop in. So as you can see, we are now making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 baked potatoes. Let's see how much we already have in here. We already have 1 baked potato in here, 2, 3, 4, and we are getting wow, we're getting a lot of baked potatoes. Actually, we have about 10 baked potatoes cooking right now. So let me go ahead and just turn this off because now it's just getting annoying. So now all that's left to do is just move our lever to the side so we don't have to come all the way up here to turn it on and off, because that would get really, really tedious. So we're just going to come right down here. I'm going to come 1 block over from this hopper just so we don't lock it. So come 1 block over right here. You know what, let's come up a block as well, and we're going to place a lever off this block. Make sure you are 1 block away just so they don't accidentally lock those hoppers. Then we're going to swing to this backside, place a redstone torch, place a block above the redstone torch, a torch above the block, a block above the redstone torch, and another torch above the block with another block on top of it. The last redstone torch should be on. So there's 1 on, 1 off, 1 on, and now all we have to do is just bring a redstone dust going over here to this redstone dust. So go ahead and take out your redstone dust and swing some pieces over to here, and that is it, guys. So now we can get rid of this lever right here. Now we could turn on and off the system from down here. So boom, and as you can see, it turns the system on and it will start making us some baked potatoes. So I went ahead and I just turned the system off because it's really, really annoying. So let's go ahead and see how many baked potatoes we got already. We already have 23 baked potatoes, guys. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, if you're going to be building this underground, you're going to need some sort of light source down here. So I highly recommend just placing 2 blocks like that, and then go ahead and just take out some torches and place 2 torches like this. That will give a light source to your potatoes if you are building it underground. However, if you're building it outside, then you really don't have to worry about that. So as you can see, once I flip this down, it'll start making those baked potatoes, and then once they grow, of course, they will pop off because of this block right here. I'm not going to leave this on anymore. So there you guys have that. Is how you build both baked potato farms. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a like and subscribe. Stay tuned with my newest videos. All right, guys, peace.